This is Just Brew It, a site for teaching aspiring coffee makers how to make a cup of cold brew coffee using a French press. Alright, so it looks like this is a coffee making website. On the home page, it looks like they have a little cup of cold coffee here. So it creates a coffee that's flavorful, smooth, and mellow, but also something that can hold for days and still taste fresh. It's good because I definitely don't drink all of my coffee at once. Alright, so I guess we can go ahead here and click this big button. Awesome, so first we need a French press. We gotta drag that into the shopping cart. I'm not really sure. Oh, that's not a French press. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess it's the thing that says, yep, that's a French press. That makes sense. Has a large handle and a plunger on top. Okay, I see that now. And the plunger's for pressing the coffee. I guess it's in the name, so that makes sense. Let's go to the next one. Okay, so we can't have cold brew without ground coffee. So I'm assuming we drag this into the cart as well. This looks like the ground coffee. You can add your favorite type of coffee, but it has to be coarsely grounded beans. Interesting. Okay, so we definitely have to grind the coffee first. Okay, so we pick some coffee grounds. What's the difference between these? Okay, so there's light roast, medium roast, and dark roast. Okay, so dark roast has the strongest flavor, is bitter and smoky. I don't really like strong coffee. Let's do light roast. I definitely want some caffeine after going through all these finals. As coffee roasts for longer, it loses caffeine and the original flavors, which gives it a smoky taste. Okay. So now we're gonna add coffee to water. Okay, so 1:4 ratio of coffee to water, and we have to use filtered water. That makes sense, because you don't want gross tasting coffee. So 1 cup of coffee. How much water do we need for that? So 1:4 ratio. Looks like we drag this. Okay, wait, this is 4 cups, 1 cup of coffee, 4 cups of water. Yep, okay. Oh, cool, okay, so that looks like that's done. So we always have a couple, yeah, 1 to 4 cups of coffee to water. I don't think I'll have 4 cups of coffee, but mix in French press. Okay, wait, so they're putting the coffee in, water, and they're just stirring it. Okay, so that's all you have to do. Oh, wait, so the plunger looks like that, so you can just push it down then. Okay, so I guess I don't really care about the text on this image, but the graphic makes sense. Okay, so refrigeration instructions. Put on the lid, leave the plunger up, and then refrigerate for 16 to 24 hours. Let's play this and see what it says.
For me. So this needs to go into the fridge. You can cover it with saran wrap or plate if you want, but I put the lid,
you're putting the lid on
the top.
Okay.
Don't plunge it. It's got to go in the fridge
You
overnight.
Don't plunge it. Okay, so your plunging happens
Here
after?
It goes into the top shelf.
And she said you go overnight. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. This is 16 to 24 hours.
And if you don't want to leave it overnight, 6 hours is good. Even a little bit less.
6 hours is good?
Overnight would just extract all
Oh,
that
okay,
flavor.
but overnight is better for extracting more flavor. Okay, so ideally it's 16 to 24 hours. If the French press with the plunger up is difficult to store in your fridge, cover the pitcher with a plastic wrap foil or a plate. So you don't actually need the plunger, that's just something to cover it. Okay, yeah, I think that's good to emphasize, because then you know for a fact you don't actually plunge it. Okay, so after refrigerating, we plunge, it looks like. Okay, so this is just pressing it down. That's, I guess, why you'd buy the press. Okay, that makes sense. So we take the top off, get a spoon, and break the crust. So is that just, yeah, okay, so that's just like the stuff that's on the top of the cup. That makes sense. So place the lid on the French press, slowly press all the way down, and we're gonna pour this into a jar or pitcher. Wait, if we're gonna pour it into a pitcher, don't we have to strain it? Like, isn't there going to be clumps of... Okay, yeah, here we go. Yeah, because there's going to be clumps of coffee, it looks like, at the bottom of the thing. So we're just going to put it in, like, a coffee filter. That's pretty easy. Cool. So then, diluting and serving half a cup of cold brew with half a cup of water and milk. Okay, so that's a 1:1 ratio. If serving with ice, you can use ice for a 4th cup of water. So the ice is like a 4th cup of liquid. Cool, okay, so it looks like we're on the quiz. And I guess I just start right here. Okay, so when making cold brew in the French press, how long should I refrigerate the coffee mixture? This said overnight. I think it was like 16 to 20 hours? 24, maybe? Yeah, okay. Okay, there we go. Because I think she said 6 works, but you have to do it for longer. So question 2, you want to drag the slider to indicate amount of water for 2 cups of coffee. Okay, yeah, 2 cups of coffee. I think that was a 4-to-1 ratio. So 2 cups of coffee, 8 cups of water. Cool. So now cups of water or milk to add to 3 cups of cold brew. So this was a 1-to-1 ratio. I remember that. Wait, was it? Yeah, 3 cups because it was half cup to half cup. There's no ice. Yeah, cool. Okay, nice. So then question 4, after measuring out ingredients for the cold brew, what do you do first? Plunge the press. No, we do that after. Refrigerate. Combine water with coffee. Haven't we already done that? Or dilute the mixture. I guess we refrigerate. Yeah, because we've already measured it out into the French press, right? Wait. Oh, okay. We haven't. This just said we measured them, but we didn't add them to the press yet. Okay, so it's combining them first and then stirring. Okay, yeah, I should have read that carefully. So then, what is the correct ordering of steps for making cold brew? Okay, so yeah, I guess with the last one, they have to mix things after measuring. Yep, so measure, mix, refrigerate, plunge, strain, dilute. Is that right? Yep, plunging after refrigerating. What does this say? Measure, mix, refrigerate, strain, plunge. Yeah, no, we have to strain after plunging because the extra coffee's on the bottom. Yeah, okay, cool. So then last one. Is this the last one? How many are there? Which of the following is true? Medium roast coffee has the least amount of caffeine. Wait, I think this one's false because I think I picked. Wait, yeah, no, medium roast would be in the middle, so that shouldn't have the least or the most. Okay, dark roast coffee has the most acidic flavor. That sounds like it could be right. I remember dark roast coffee tasted bad. Coffee tends to taste more bitter as it's roasted. That also works. I don't... Would acidic and bitter be the same here? Okay. Light roast coffee takes the most smoky. Okay, I think dark roast tasted smokier. But does smoky mean bitter? I'll say that dark roast is the most acidic. Oh, that's not correct. So it's... This one's highlighted in green, it looks like. So coffee tends to taste more bitter as it's roasted. Okay, yeah, I remember now. Yeah, so the acidic one is actually the light one then. Okay. Okay, cool. So that was the last question of the quiz. It looks like my score is a 4 out of 6. And I can go back home or yeah, the right type of coffee bean. Let me go there real quick just to see. Yeah, okay. So a dark roast is smoky and bitter and most caffeine and acidic. Okay, so if I drag this here, then it'll say, yeah, as it goes for longer, it gets more smoky. That makes sense. But it looks like it gets more bitter as well. So acidic is like the opposite of bitter. All right, so that was it. That was Just Brew It, a site to teach you how to make cold brew coffee.